I'd like to call the Open Space Committee meeting in order. It's February 18th, 3 PM, and we are being videoed.
307.
3:07. And I'm Sue Perkins, and you are, we're supposed to introduce ourselves.
Becky Gallagher.
Kathy Richards.
Alternate Dick Skinner.
All right,
Well, even not alternate yet.
almost alternate.
Visitor.
Yep. So, all right. Reviewed the minutes from the previous meeting of December 10th.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of January 14th, 2025 as corrected.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. And next, review Dick Skinner, no, this is from the last one, okay. No, Dick Skinner, you're going to be joining as an alternate. The board, we wanted you to join us, and the Board of Selectmen are going to discuss it at the
So that's-
March?
Yeah, that's my intention.
Yeah.
Do we have to vote on that?
I don't think, I think it's just the,
Need to vote to recommend Dick to be, she said associate member, but alternate member.
okay,
So, yes.
all right.
I'll make a motion to accept Dick Skinner as the alternate
That replaces,
member that's replacing Fred Fontaine for the Douglas Open Space Committee.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Dick.
I don't want to.
Quiet.
It was just an ego trip. All right. All right, and Becky has brought some beautiful signs for the Mozinski-Mumford Street Conservation Area. Did you put a,
Show and tell. So, these are the trail. Directing people which way to go for the trail, and then this will be closer out to the road, so people know where the parking area is, so they don't go zooming past it.
Nice.
one on each side eventually?
Yes. I have them all at home, I just didn't feel like bringing all of them. So, what do I do,
With the bill?
Bill,
I'd say give it to Jen.
to submit it for our
I don't know. Well,
budget?
I don't know, really. We've never had that instance before.
Okay.
So after the meeting, we can bring it to Jen, and if she says bring it to finance instead or something like that.
I wasn't sure if you were going to go through that, or whatever leftover money there was from.
Oh, the CPA.
Right. Might as well go through the budget. Right?
Right, the CPA will remain there, whereas we will lose the budget.
Yep.
Yep,
Right.
Okay, so
all right.
we'll see
Bring-
Jen after meeting.
Or,
Of course, that will still leave some money in the budget, because this is a total of $202.50.
okay, and there's, I didn't
You
have
should have 300 if I'm not
300,
mistaken,
yeah.
right?
So we have $99, $98 in there, $97.50. All right. Great. Do we need to dig holes? Or the one at the street, there's a telephone pole there.
I'm not sure if we can put a sign on the telephone
Right,
pole,
right,
but we'll need 2 4x4 posts,
yeah.
and I would assume the highway department could probably put those in. Could ask.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that down.
You can buy 2 pressure-treated 4x4 posts. That goes a little bit more money.
Yeah, that will be the $97 right there. Those things are about,
No,
what do you mean, 10-foot ones
8-foot ones.
in the ground, 2 feet?
Yeah. If you get them deeper than 2, at least 2.5 is better.
So it'll be 6 feet above the ground. There's kind of a knoll there anyway, I think. So. Yeah, Dick, you were talking about going to talk to them at the highway department. Did you ever do that?
I tried. Wasn't there.
They weren't home? No one home?
No, they weren't there that day,
Yeah. Okay.
and then I forgot.
Well, maybe you should be chair.
There's a pattern
Instead of an
here.
alternate.
There's a pattern right here.
Well, that's okay, we're all in it.
Okay, Mary.
So I don't mind, I did want to write, I had a list made up for recommendations from the open space plan and everything, so I don't mind meeting with Highway sometime, and so I'll put that, Sue.
Yeah. They have to see if they'll install the posts and the signs, or even if they just install the posts, we can install the signs.
Yep,
But also if they will take under their maintenance to keep that parking
Yep.
lot trimmed and the side of that road trimmed in the
Yep.
back.
just maybe we can meet them up there sometime and show them exactly what we want, where, and everything
Yep.
like
Okay,
that.
perfect.
Maintain area. All right. So I don't mind going out and getting the 2 4x4 posts. I might have some around.
PT,
Well, should we ask them
Yeah.
if they can do it first, or? Should we ask them if they can do it first?
Well, if they can't, somebody has to.
yeah, it's either them or us.
Maybe they have something that would be usable for
That
free.
could be, yep.
Yeah. All right. Great. Yeah, Dick and I took a walk around out there a couple of weeks ago before the weather went bad.
It's a good thing we went when we did.
I'm afraid to leave my house. I have a pair of shoes in the car with spikes and one out. Depending on- You can't walk on good surfaces with them because it's like a skating rink. All right. Anything else about the Mazinski-Mumford area? Anything else on that spot? Nope. All right.
In a few minutes.
And about the Mazinski property?
At the end of under the comment sheet that says
Old, new business?
something occurring within 48 hours.
Ah. And gone in 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so use the remaining budget for fiscal year. So that's part of this $97, $97.50. When is the end? Is June? The fiscal year is over, I think in June.
I think so.
I don't know if it starts June 1st, the new fiscal year?
July 1st.
July 1st. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Is your plan to have signs installed at each of the places this year? In 2025?
Well, we were just sort of hitting one at a time as we can pick off and clean up one place, but if there's something that, we have a tiddly little left, then it would be good to use up our budget, and if
Yeah.
it means making a sign for another one for later, then,
That's what I was thinking. If you were planning to put up all the signs, then you're going to need a chunk of money for each one. And that becomes at least part of the basis for your budget.
yeah.
I think our budget right now, we need to stick to Keven, because that's going to be
Yeah.
a big budget.
And then we'll get, next year, next fiscal year, we get another 300. So we'll have, just the committee automatically gets that. So then, but then we can ask at town meeting for more for different projects with,
Right.
bids and everything. So, next year, that 300 can be used just for another area with signs, and maybe the Keven will need signs all through it by then.
The sign on that Moskowski project, that is one expensive sign.
Really?
Yeah, that must have
Oh,
cost,
the Leo Mazinski Conservation Area one?
yeah, that must have cost a couple of $1,000.
The state used to make those for us. The state used to make those for us. I don't think anybody ever paid for a sign here.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we never knew really where it came from, but they had the router or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's, you know, they made them for the state park, so they would just make them for us as well.
You think they would continue that?
No.
No. I already checked.
And then now they don't do them out of wood either. They do them out of plastic, which is actually not bad because it bores in and shows up the white and then it doesn't wear out.
Yep, and
It
they're
just
not
twists.
done, they're not done in-house anymore in Douglas, they're done elsewhere. So I think that's another big factor.
There's other places, you know, we could see if Blackstone Valley Tech or something wanted to take on a project like that at some point, but yeah, the big signs are nice. I mean, the little signs just at the street to get your attention are great, but like the Mary Lynn Doobie sign or the Leon Mazinski sign, it pays tribute to them, just like it would be nice to get a big one for Elaine Kevens.
Yeah.
But that's down the road after we get the parking lot done. And I did ask, well, talk about that later. That's actually coming up next. So,
Okay.
all right, number 6, Keven, Southeast Main Street Conservation Area. We've gotten 2 estimates, 15,
Yep, one is 15,000, and the other one is 15,800. So they're within the ballpark.
they're both local guys.
Yes, I still need to get one more, though. So we know what we, kind of ballpark what we need to ask for that. I have a correspondence going with Margaret Bacon right now because apparently we're going to need a site plan for the parking lot.
Yeah.
So you probably saw that email from Matt, and I'm like, I said, this is town property. And apparently it doesn't. The tone of the email made it sound like the planning board doesn't think that's going to be a good area for parking. I mean, granted, it's only 2 cars, but I don't think the line of sight's that bad. If it's clear that they should be able to back out of there. I mean, we backed out of Catherine's plenty of
Right.
times.
Right.
So I
Put a
don't know.
speed
At least
bump
2
in.
cars can use it
Yeah,
instead of it
so-
just sitting there.
If we
I'm
put a
trying to get
speed
it-
bump in front of every conservation area, well, they would notice.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get an estimate for a site plan from Margaret that we need to add into the budget.
All right.
And then, I don't know if Lisa's followed up on the cost of the sign, because she was supposed to look into that.
Yeah. Site plan.
Did you find out when we had to submit what we needed for the town, the Maytown meeting? What the deadline was?
Okay, estimates. Warrant for work, okay, they take the submitting. Between February 4th and March 7th, I believe, is when when we submit warrants for work. I'm
Okay.
not sure if that's, I'll check up on that.
Which means we're getting pretty close.
Yeah. So,
'Cause today's the 18th.
yeah.
And I don't know if I need 3 quotes before the town warrant. I'll try,
That's right, they want 3, right?
yes, so I'll try to get, I did ask one other person that I think I need to hound.
It's vacation week. So, you know, basically $15,000 would be,
That
They
will be
said,
just for the work, that won't be for the site plan. We need the site plan done before the work can get done. So we need to include the engineer's cost for that.
3 engineers?
No, because we're not above that next limit. I'm hoping. Because we only needed one for,
Yeah, if it's under
Conservation.
$5,000, then you don't need, that's right.
right.
No, 3 bids.
Actually, I don't know if that was 5 or if that was 10,000. I'd have to go look. I think it was higher than
I think
5.
it's 10.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's easy, yeah, okay.
So we're over the 10, so that's why we got to go to the 3. So I think we'll be all right with just one quote on that one.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, so you got 15 plus whatever that is, and then if we want to get the sign in, I don't know if that's something we want to alternately check with the Blackstone Valley Tech on instead. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that would be nice to match, keep it uniform at the front of it, you know, at the back side of the parking,
Yep.
kind of.
Once more for the slow and infirm, what is a site plan and what is going to be done by the site plan? What's it for?
Apparently, the planning board wants it, which is an engineered plan of exactly what that little parking lot's going to look like.
How formal does that have to be?
According to the email from Matt, it has to be a licensed engineer
Yeah.
to present it and submit it.
So,
So you need something more than a piece of paper with dimensions.
yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
I've already talked to Margaret. Margaret actually said she was involved with the surveying of that property for when the town bought it. So she was, once I said that, she goes, oh yeah, I did that. So she asked if the bounds were still there, and I told her, I said, one of the property owners had it surveyed, so I said, there's rebar in there that delineates all the way down to the property in the back. I said, I said, you can work off of that. But
Yeah, so I have emailed the resident of 221 where the notch is out for parking, and he's not the owner. His niece is the owner, and I wrote to him before I left to see if we could get a certified letter from her, to say that it's just so we don't have a liability.
Yep.
But nothing yet. Might need some more push.
So is the site plan more than a piece of paper? Is it also the layout of stakes in the ground? Or does the site plan lead you up to that and someone else has to put the stakes in the ground?
no, I think that may include the stakes in the ground.
Yeah, I think they survey it.
Yeah.
I can look on mine. Because Margaret did mine.
Yeah, if Margaret, she can work off Catherine and Lenny's
She marked off
property.
all the wetlands, and then
Yeah, and she doesn't, I mean, it's just, you're talking
it's just so little, yeah.
Yeah,
almost 25 feet wide and 25 feet deep. That is all that has to be done.
Right.
yeah. And you
No
could fit
wetland.
4 cars in there, I would think. I mean, you're together, 2 people come together, one can park in front of the other, and,
Yeah, I think you're talking 2 cars safely.
What's the size of the,
25 by 25.
Yeah, not quite 25 wide, but
Yeah,
there was another project I was working on years ago, and what I looked at required 40 feet to back up out of a parking space. Because you can't move until you get beyond the vehicles, so that's 25 feet each way.
well, no, don't mention it to anyone in town.
anyway, so that's, I mean,
if someone, they can back in, you know?
This was given to the town, the property, and they made that parking easement. So I kind of think that we need to honor the wishes of the property owner.
Yep,
I mean, maybe somewhere down the road, we may find some other different access, but we have, this is what we have for right now.
right. I like the honor, the, yep.
Not like we can ignore it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so are you going to talk to Margaret, or you
I have been,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah, all right,
Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to,
give you a price on that?
Yep.
All right. All right. All right, anything else on the Keven? Okay, upcoming grants. March 5th, the deadline for the AARP. That,
I did see that one.
yeah. I was looking at it, it was more like little, things that were good for seniors and things like that, which to me, the Keven property doesn't really fall under that so much.
How does it benefit? Is it 50 or 55 or older? It's fairly on the younger side that I thought, for what they're calling seniors.
Well, that's because we're seniors. Some of us.
Yeah, I didn't figure seniors until like 65 or older. They're either 50 or 55. So I'm like, really?
It's before you get the grandchildren. Well, let's look it over. It's March 5th. That's before the next meeting.
In case you hadn't noticed, it's thundering upon you. March 5th is thundering up your backside.
Right, that's before the next meeting, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Let me pull it up and see what they're asking for questions, and maybe if we divvy out the
Yep, look at,
questions to answer them with a little bit of help from ChatGPT.
or not. Yeah, somebody went to the, did you go to the conservation meeting and where they were saying that they wanted to work with us and that they thought next year the target for the one that we missed this year in February, but start early? What was the one we just missed?
RTP.
The trails?
Yep, RTP grant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
And I just went to the last one, and they just mentioned us and said that we were working on a little strip of land between the houses. And they're like, I guess they want to do something with that.
yeah. I guess their job isn't, just because they're conservation doesn't mean that the conservation land is really their thing.
Yep.
They're more regulations and drainage and,
I know, but at least they're expressing an interest on the property,
no.
so that's a good thing.
no, they do like
On the loop.
conservation land, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
what's going on? I'm okay with that.
yep. Okay. Open space and recreation plan, share with Highway, Water, Board of Health suggestions within. All right, basically I pulled all that stuff out of there, so I don't mind contacting them.
Except for the recommendations in there, what falls under their purview, that you're, okay.
Like the water department, which I think is important, especially since they were saying one of the wells is down off South Street, or that down in the questionable areas around Orange Street and everything like that. Because when I went to the last town meeting, I said to the guy in line waiting to check in behind me, I'm here because I want to get the CPA through. And he's like, we don't. Highway or water department doesn't. And it's because it would restrict certain things, they don't want to, maybe it was in 97, I don't know, but they didn't want that because it would be restrictive to them. And I was like, well, you need to find out where the places that are good for wells and set them aside, rather than just letting everything,
How would the CPA Act restrict?
actually, I think it was Chapter 97. That
It has to
was-
be the 97,
Yeah,
because I
it-
said,
yeah.
there's no way this
Yeah, yeah.
CPA.
Yeah, because the CPA was in, that wasn't in May anyway, yeah. So, yeah,
Okay.
so it was, yeah, skip that. Strike that, Secretary.
I'm not even
My
gonna write it
hand
down.
over the mic. But, yeah, so I will, that needs to be, pointed out that now or lose it.
Giving yourself homework.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm regenerated. Okay. Water. RNBOH. Yeah, I forget what the Board of Health recommendations were, it was something. All right. And again, yep, for Castle Caves, number 9, we
Chapter 97.
do want to push that. Lisa was suggesting that, so I guess. Yeah,
So we'd have to ask to have that put back on the
Yeah.
town warrant then.
yeah.
Is Lisa following up with that, or?
I'll tell Lisa, that's. In May 5th. All right. Now, Gordon's not here.
Yep. So table that one.
Yep, Gilboa Street Lot, yep. I went by there last night, late, and you can, the whole building, the Gilboa Pond there, or what, Knapp Pond it's officially called, you could just look through the trees and see that giant factory behind. I mean, it's nice that they left the trees there, but I have a feeling the salt in that parking lot might eventually kill the trees and that are downhill from all that, who knows
Yep.
whether they'll, unfortunate. Conservation land, only passive recreation.
So what is this, a question or
Yeah,
inquiry?
I guess, yeah. That's, yeah. I think maybe you had brought, who knows what you were thinking about all-terrain vehicles or whatever, but I know they're not allowed, but be interesting, maybe I could write a letter to the Conservation Commission or ask Matt what the regulations on conservation trespassing is.
If there are any.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I don't know if I would call it passive recreation. I might want to break that out into motorized, non-motorized,
Yeah.
because passive,
Yeah, is cross-country skiing or trail biking or whatever, yeah, compared to walking. or-
yeah. So,
But yet, is it
any regs on
is it
property.
throwing a Frisbee into the next bucket or, all right. So Lisa was going to do the letter, but
Letter
I could just
to-
go sign it when she does it. Anything from the agenda, from the minutes that we need to? That's really. Brainstorm?
Nope.
Good enough to do old and new business. We open a stream over here. What's up in your head there for old, or
To even think like that, you're in trouble.
items? Yeah, I've always,
Is this old or new, Dick?
this, or is it 48 hours in advance? Uh-oh.
Well, you weren't here, so you have an excuse. Right? You couldn't hear me because you were in an airplane.
Yep. But you called the day I left. Thank you.
I think it's time for a sign holder.
Uh-oh.
Some samples are here.
Can I employ
Kiosks.
Dottie? These are pretty signs.
Some of them are very simple, some are not so simple. But I think we should budget for some kind of sign holder. And the next question you would logically add is, what kinds of signs would you put in a sign holder? It's amazing how I thought of that.
Showing you that right there. So these are called kiosks.
Fine,
Just so-
call them apples, I don't care.
I was picturing someone on the curb with a sign, you know, after last
You
year.
gotta look at those. You looked at all those?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get that one there, you get that kiosk, and you got, these are professional ones from
Gettysburg.
companies that are made up. And this one I can tell you is like really expensive.
Yeah.
Gettysburg one.
Yep. We'll just attack and take it away.
We could put in signs which describe the property, how to get to it, what it's used, can be used for, and what it can't be used for. And I just brainstormed with myself and came up with this first sign. We could have a map on here, which put a whole bunch of these on the big sign holder for people who wanted to take a hike.
Are we going to need one of those little things people can take a picture of so they can,
QR code.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So in order to get back to start, we need to agree on, yes, we need a sign holder. And then I would like to propose a group, talk to Matt, because Matt's the controlling power of land use in Douglas. I found that out another way.
Matt B.
Matt, behind you. Matt 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the little thing on the side, a little case there that you could put lost dog or, you know, special events or
Yeah,
limes or no hunting or,
things that you want to control.
right, right. And I love maps anyway. I care less about code, but,
But are some of these properties,
Say again?
I wouldn't think the Leo Mazinski conservation property is like big enough to warrant something this big.
yeah.
You don't think the sign area is big enough? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that the
property.
The property itself isn't that big, so
Or sophisticated, yeah.
we've got
Oh,
a half-mile loop, and we can add a little bit more to it, so it's a
all right.
contained thing.
I misled you. What I'm thinking is, these are in a central location, like right out here. And they describe all of the properties get posted on here. And a description of how to get to them. But the main sign holder is right out here.
We're actually better off putting all that information on our website.
Yeah, website, but not everybody has a computer. A lot of people do.
I can contact anyone who has a computer to get my information. That's right. But, yeah, I mean, maybe,
Assuming everyone comes here to see that. So I could argue that both ways.
Yes, you can. And it should be up in both places. It should be on the town website and it should be in a physical location so that as you're coming in to pay your bills, do whatever in the building, that it's right there, right in your face.
How about a brochure instead?
Brochure?
Yep. that
Put where?
In the,
in front of Christine,
right
well,
in front of the town clerk's office, they've got
Yeah.
a whole thing of brochures there for different things. You could,
we did do a map one time and had it there for all the properties in town.
Right.
I drew the map, and someone did the artwork.
The question is, how many people look at that place out there?
Yeah, I mean, you can put them in different places in town. You could put them at the pizza places,
Yeah.
or, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just,
There is no one answer to
how are you going to
getting
get all the conservation lands on one kiosk?
small writing.
So we need a telescope, too.
Small writing?
Little pieces of paper, I guess that's,
I mean, I'm
that was a good one to give to you.
Look at a trailhead,
right, yes.
No, I
That's
think it's
exactly
a-
where, not at your,
like at Wallace Street, at
Let me sidetrack you with just a little fun note here at the moment. I was working in a job and I desperately needed clerical help, and my boss would not approve it. My daughter at the time was junior in high school, I believe, and she was studying to be a secretary because that's what women did, which drove me nuts to think about it. But anyway, I said to my daughter, I will pay you to come work for me. You know, come after school, work 2 or 3 hours and get the secretarial work done that I need done. My boss went berserk when he heard about it, but I didn't care. I got the work done. She used to give me little pieces of paper like that
Yeah.
because she was saving money for the company. So we had an educational session. I said, give me big pieces because I write notes on them afterwards.
Don't use the other side, because then you'll lose both of them. Yeah. Yeah, well, my daughter's the one that picked all the waste baskets on the last day of school for all the extra pads of paper. People were just throwing them in the trash. So we got good girls, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
my suggestion is we go talk to Matt about putting one of these up as another way of telling people what's in town to do. And this is the physical piece of.
Yeah. I wonder
of,
where the best place to put it would be, you know, I mean, the central location.
we may not have much choice on that, but I think we have some choice. I think when you go to walk up the ramp, it's right to the right.
Yeah, we'll look at it on the way out, but it definitely, you know,
unless they take a picture of that, something that like in form of what's in the area, but if there's like any maps or anything like that, they're not going to be able to
be big enough.
take anything off of that unless there was a QR code or it was big
Sometimes
enough they
people
can
take a picture of the
take a
sign
picture
before
of
they
it.
go in.
Yeah. I don't,
Or you put brochures for them to take away.
Yes.
I suspect most people would make a mental picture of whatever we put in there anyway. Just read down through it, and the map is there as a part of the.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, just a board for town recreation, you know, whether it's soccer and football or baseball or whatever,
Or Martin Street.
or down Soldiers Field Road or
Yeah.
Soldiers Field. Maybe in Gilboa Park there, when we redo that. As you know, welcome to Douglas, here are the opportunities,
Yeah.
and just a showcase of it, and then, rather than, I mean, you couldn't do this at every conservation land. That's what I thought you were going for.
Yeah.
But, No, it's a good idea.
It would have to be budgeted for. The building part is not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah,
We need to get some properties ready to be able to be advertised first.
right.
Getting there.
Yeah, so sometimes you drive things ahead of time, and that forces you to go back and fill in.
Yeah, shows you where the holes are.
Which,
Got a lot of holes.
which gets me to another item, and the other item is that we were briefly talking about, I think you are making copies, but I do not believe that you need alternative members of this group. I think what you need are 6 more members of the group, and that they take a property and 1 or 2 people, or 3, work on that property and meet specific goals, like set up trails, set up identification of the trails. One of my little pets is birdhouses, and if we could put up some birdhouses that the rare or endangered species like,
Yeah.
that would be a good addition, take it out there.
So you think there should be 12 of us? I don't know how many are even allowed on a committee.
Yeah, I was doing some research last night.
Yeah? What's the
and
max?
A lot of the rare and endangered are down on the coast, Cape Cod.
A lot of the what?
You're talking 2 different things here.
Yeah, I gathered that.
She's,
I'm asking the maximum number of members in a committee.
yeah, okay.
Did you-
Not
is that
committee,
what
I
not,
don't know whether the town has a limit or not, but I would see you as having 11. 6 more. If you divided the work up in teams of 1, 2, or 3, and they go work on a parcel of land and outline it all, and the rest of us come around and a week later or something and look and see what's been done and say, yeah, this is good, but
that's not,
Then you have to have
If
a
you have-
quorum of 6.
if you have committee members or committees to do something, they're either going to be following our direction of what to do on a piece of property.
Right.
Not going out there and doing stuff without us knowing what it is.
I didn't,
Then us going out and saying, oh, no, you need to do this instead, that's putting the cart before the horse.
Subcommittees, I think, are a better,
Yes,
like our trail committee.
yeah.
yeah, but they need to, if we have a trail committee or whatever, a committee, or Friends of the Leon Mazinski property, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. They're under our thumb,
Our direction.
yeah.
Yes, so the plans for that would be, we want to expand the trail system in there. We've already done some pre-exploring out there that
Right.
needs to go out there to be marked. And then the subcommittee, Friends of the Leon Mazinski property, could start working on clearing it with definite, site walks with them to say, okay, this is where you've got to clear, we're not coming in here with chainsaws and taking down a whole bunch of big trees or anything like that.
Right.
That is how that would have to work.
Yeah, I don't think that's inconsistent with what I'm thinking.
But
It
then,
sounds like it, but I don't think it is.
but this is more subcommittees, and you're thinking of like having 12 people on on the main committee.
The main committee, yes. The subcommittees, small, very small groups that work under leadership of somebody who knows you don't do this, you do that.
Yeah. It's an idea, but
Yeah, I don't think we can expand our committee.
I'll ask. See how many people are allowed on a committee.
And
And what if they
It's
all
not-
get to a point where they need to spend money?
it's not like we have tons of people knocking at our door to be members anyways.
You're our first new member in a while.
I know.
I mean, we have people on the Trails Committee that would want to help with things like that. But we had which would be if we get the Leon Mazinski marked, then we would get in touch with them and get that done. So we kind of have,
I mean, we're maybe not moving as fast as we could move, but considering that this is really what we've scraped together for a committee, and it's not like people, like she said, are knocking on our doors. Do you know six
Scrape
other?
together.
Do you know 6 people who would like to join this
I
committee?
know of 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Without a lot of looking, there were 3. This is an area that there is a lot of interest in. Just needs, in talking with them, they
Exposure, yeah.
just need direction.
Yeah, and I'm not trying.
Go ye and do.
Yeah.
Right? But with direction.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 2 projects that we're working on, the Mazinski and the Keven for right now. That's our, kind of our priorities for this year, to get, because once we can get into Keven, then,
What's the one that's connected to Mozinski's property? You just cross the street and it's there.
The Mary Lynn Doobie? Yeah. Yeah. That's, yep. There's another one.
yep.
Yeah,
there's
those
actually
two
no-
basically, I think, are the ones that we kind of have, those are the 2 that I, folders of conservation lands that I pull out when I come to a meeting because
Well,
they're
there's
up
one-
at the top.
The one we put up the temporary sign for, and the
Keven.
one you're talking about making a parking lot,
Yeah, I guess
a
there's
piece of
3.
the-
Yep, there's
piece
3.
of the property, which I don't think is big enough.
Well, buy the land from them. Yeah.
You gotta deal
That's,
with what
so,
was given to you.
right, when we learned, when it comes time, we will look twice when someone's offering to,
So you'd be able to park bicycles and motorcycles there.
not now, but yeah,
Did you ever hear back from,
no,
okay,
Vine Street, no.
yeah,
No, it's time to,
Colin?
I guess. He doesn't have a phone number. Drop in.
If this wind stops howling, why don't we go visit the guy?
Yeah, Lisa and I plan on doing that.
I mean, I wouldn't like to go out in this weather,
Yeah.
that wind is brutal.
He's probably got a good wood stove going in there. Yeah.
Do you have anything else, or are you all set?
Yeah, well, one more thing.
Okay.
That's why I write myself notes. A golf cart. And you say, what in the world would you want a golf cart for? I envision taking seniors who can't walk in the woods for rides. We just use the existing trails, golf carts. I have the dimensions, they're about yay wide. And from what I saw, it would go, I didn't get to the bridge.
At Leo Mazinski?
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, it's not gonna, that's,
What kind
bridge
of
is not wide enough.
what kind of a bridge is it?
It's got a
little
step
footbridge. Yeah,
and it's narrow. It's not handicap accessible at all. Just,
yeah, it's 2 layers. It's a step up, then it goes to the bridge, and then it steps down. It's, yeah, it's,
All right, we do a U-turn and come back.
that would be awfully bumpy
Yeah.
Really?
there in that trail to,
The part I saw wasn't bumpy.
well, it was snowy though, was it? There was no snow, was it?
No, it was bare ground.
No, I mean, yeah, you could probably get it to that point if that was a priority, but,
So anyway, the golf cart is for people who can't otherwise walk the trail.
yeah.
But we can also use it as a work vehicle. As we get deeper into the woods, the trek gets longer out and back, carrying whatever you're taking.
We usually bring wagons and stuff like that with gas and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be nice to have one conservation area anyway to be accessible. I don't think it's a bad idea. Golf carts, I don't know.
Who would own it?
yeah, that's,
Who's going to park it? Becky's house.
yeah, insurance liability, yeah, that's a whole,
Do they I mean, even on the trunk line trail, they don't allow anything like
Yeah.
that on the SNET.
That's one. I didn't get to Ben.
Oh, and the porta potties?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to put one on state land, but
Not going to do what?
put a porta potty on state land on the.
No,
That-
but there are areas that are not state land.
Right. Right. So what, like the one at Mazinski property?
Right next to state property. Anyway, I will go be guinea pig this year. I will go research, say, right here, and the group comes out and looks at it and says, take a hike, or yes.
To put what up?
To what?
To put porta potties at conservation properties.
No, I wouldn't put it on conservation property.
No?
No.
So you're going to put it near the
Near.
southern New England trunk line, but not on the, on
Yeah.
state land?
Yeah.
And why do you want to do that? Why is that under our purview?
Why do people need a porta potty?
Why do you want to do that?
So people can go.
Because people need a porta potty. What am I missing?
So you're trying to
He's filling a lot of gaps, yeah.
state property, making it our purview to provide porta johns for people that are on state property. I don't know why you're doing that.
That, the particular area I'm talking about, right off South Street, is a high-traffic area for people, horses, dogs, and there are enough people there that I don't know what they're doing now, pulling up a local bush or something.
Pretty much.
Not a
I'd
good,
rather bush than porta potty, to tell you the truth.
you're
There-
kidding.
Just so
No.
you know, Dick.
Say again?
Just so you know,
Yeah.
from the Connecticut line all the way up to Depot Street, DCR has already drawn up plans of what they want to do for that whole parking lot area on South Street.
Okay.
And I'd have to go pull those plans up again to see if they actually were thinking of putting on a porta-john in there. I don't know. I don't think I saw one in there,
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
so,
And there's, I mean, Depot Street would be a more likely place, since it's a big parking lot and whatever.
but again, that's state. That's not even under our,
Right.
That's their job, not ours. We've got
Yeah.
enough.
yeah, we
But
have enough.
if you want to
Okay.
play with it, you can play with it, but I don't know how far it will go. I mean, it might be interesting just for a huge, even like Wallace Pond or, there's a lot of places that could use them, but I don't see a lot of toilet paper in the woods. I did during COVID, that's for sure, but,
Yeah, it's,
and that, yeah.
Okay, so we throw that one out.
For the moment. I mean, when we get big and we have 25 members, maybe someone will want to take that one on. I'll be dead. All right. Anything more? Is that it? We like your ideas. Nothing wrong with bringing up stuff.
so, March 11th, our next meeting?
Does that sound good to everybody?
Yep. Are we still keeping it at 3? Why are we keeping it at 3 still?
No, let's change it to 2.
Okay.
I thought it was for Lisa.
It was,
Still
but
not
then she
working
said
out.
it was kind of.
What was the date?
March 11th, 2 PM.
Yeah. But, so I will find out about submitting stuff, because we don't want to miss out on that date.
We have to go see Jen anyways about the reimbursing.
Yep,
Okay.
all right.
Do you want to work on anything on the bulletin board?
The kiosk, you mean? What bulletin board?
Talking about the one out here, putting notices on, maps of areas ready for people.
when we get some maps.
We're not there yet, Dick. We're not there yet.
Okay.
If we had 12 more people, one of them could do it, but we're just like, it's,
The thing of it is, if you wait until you're ready, it may be a year from now.
right,
Maybe.
let's catch up with what we need to do
Okay.
first. Yeah.
My time clock runs faster.
Yeah, if you come up with some ideas and want to, push them, we'll look at them, They're good.
Okay.
You ready to adjourn?
I guess so, unless he's pulling something out.
No, he was all set.
Okay. Okay. I may entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
So moved. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye. Yeah.
It is 4:03.